Greetings. I just want to give y'all a little taste and talk to y'all a little bit.
The way you hold me close to you, in your arms you hold me tight. Your warm and gentle touch makes everything seem right. The way you often say to me all the words I wanna hear gives me hope and brings a smile and dries every tear. Love is the way I feel about you. Oh, love is the way you feel about me too. It's not just physical, baby, it's emotional. Love is more than just a word. The way you always understand.
So, I put together this album. Well, I'm putting together this album. It's based off of my book called Letters from the Heart. And the taste that you just heard, for those that don't know, is my single that's out entitled Love Is. It's now available on Amazon.com. Just type in Love Is by Jesse Jones and you can go ahead and download it. It's only 99 cents. I believe it's a good track, not just because I wrote it and because, yes, that's me singing it, but I believe it's a good track because it's a throwback. It's not like a lot of the stuff that we hear out today that, not talking about any artists today because, look, real talk, they're making millions of dollars doing what they're doing. I'm not. But it's a throwback to old school kind of songs where a man from a man's perspective could tell his heart and could put it on the line and articulate it in a way that wasn't just about sex or wasn't about, what I'm going to do to you, but it was about my heart. The song starts off by saying, the way you hold me close to you in your arms, you hold me tight. It's something about the holding of a woman, being married and loving my wife like I do. There's something about when she just holds me in the right moment, the right time. Doesn't have to be sexual. It's just something about how she holds me that just feels well. It feels great. It just really does. And so this is a track that's about that, and it talks about the definition of love and how love is not just physical, and that love really is an emotion, and it's really more than just a word. It goes back to really understanding what real love is in a relationship. My book, Letters from the Heart, where you can get that from Amazon.com as well. Just type in Letters from the Heart by Jesse Jones, or you can go to my personal author's website of lettersfromtheheart.tateauthor.com. By doing that, clicking on that, you can download. You can either get your e-copy of the book or get a hard copy of the book. For those of you all who are in Columbus, Ohio, who know where to get me, know where to see me at, you can get a copy of the book as well from me directly, as well as a hard copy of the single directly. Love Is by myself, produced by Derek Kendrick and Big D Productions. He's also helping to work with me on this album that I'm doing. That's going to be titled the exact same as the book, which is Letters from the Heart. This is an expression of mine. I'm trying not to ramble because I don't want to make this long, and I'm looking at my timer and it's already longer than what I wanted it to be. But I've never really just sat down and really just kind of articulated this project and what this project means to me. Never really sat down and articulated the book itself or anything like that. And so I wanted to take some time to do that. The book is a book that goes through my life. I've been writing poems and songs and things like that since I was 12 years old. Those of y'all who know me, I've been an old soul all my life. Y'all know me, y'all know that's the truth. And so in being an old soul, I've always felt things that older people would feel at a very young age. So I started writing about love and life at 12 years old. And it began to grow. I had tons of different things that I had written down, notebooks full of poems and song lyrics about life, about love, and even about ministry, because I started ministering at a young age. And I've learned to be one who is just transparent and just real. So I didn't hide my feelings about anything. I wouldn't hide how I felt about anything at all. I wouldn't hide what I thought, wouldn't hide what I wanted, wouldn't hide none of that. I just felt like just putting it out there. And never did I think that I would ever turn into a book. It was just my private thoughts to be able to get some things off of my chest. And then when I felt moved enough and led by God enough to put this into a book, and yes, I said led by God. He didn't promise me millions of dollars off of this book. He didn't promise me millions of dollars off of this project, off of the album, because the only reason I'm doing the album, because I believe that God had led me to do so. He didn't promise me any of that. He just told me to do it. I'm trying to be obedient. And when he said to do it, I was really hesitant. I was hesitant about the book, and I was really hesitant about this project, about the album, because I don't have that much confidence in my voice. I'm not horrible. I'm not like Flavor Flav singing. I'm not like that. But I don't think I'm the greatest singer in the world either. You know, I'm not. You know, I'm not Brian McKnight. I'm not Babyface. I'm nobody like that. So, you know, I'm probably a little better than Tevin Campbell was, because I'm not in my nose. But that's a whole other story. Anyway, so I was hesitant about doing it because I didn't think that anyone else needed it. And then as I started to share it with some people, and I started to share my heart with some people about the project itself and about the book itself and then the album, they got excited, not because they knew me, but they said they got excited because it's the first time that in a long time that they got to hear the expression from a male's point of view. You know, there's all kinds of great songs out there, especially about love, mostly written by women, or mostly performed and sung by women. So we don't get to hear that male's perspective of a real man's perspective about love and about how he's hurt or how he needs a woman in his life to be his wife and to be that one person to be with him, and how he loves her and with every part of his being. Nobody gets to read about the disappointment that happens when life happens. People don't get to hear from a pastor's perspective or from a minister's perspective how sometimes this ministry sucks. It just does. Let's just be honest. If you've never heard that from a minister before, then you're hearing it for the first time from me. Sometimes ministry sucks. Has nothing to do with the people. It just sucks. It takes up all of your time. Takes up the stuff that you want to be able to do, you can't do. And sometimes it just sucks, and nobody ever talks about that. And so I write those things down. I talk about the difficulty of the call on my own life, and how oftentimes I'm misunderstood. And I'm hoping that these things will translate and mean something to somebody. I've been divorced before, and so I know what that hurt is like, and that's down on paper. I know what it's like to love with everything in you, where sometimes it feels like you can't breathe. I get that because I've been there and am there. I love my wife so much that I couldn't breathe if she was gone. We have conversations all the time, who's gonna die first, because I don't want to deal with having to deal with her death and still being alive. You know what I mean? So anyway, I just want to do something, and I hope that you know, this isn't too long or doesn't, you know, offend nobody. If it does, oh well. I'm just trying to be transparent and talk about this project. So if this interests you, or you know, sounds like something that somebody who you know it may appeal to, or you just are curious to take a peek, or if you want to throw back to what real love is and what real transparency is, I encourage you, pick up my book. Not because I wrote it, but because there's a great possibility it may help you either in love or in life or in ministry. You can make me your own personal serial diversion act, or however that name is pronounced. Use my words to help woo your woman or whatever. But pick up my book and read the pages and allow it to touch your heart. Once again, you can go to my personal website, my author's website at lettersfromtheheart.com. lettersfromtheheart.tateauthor.com. lettersfromtheheart.tate author.com. You can also pick up my book on Amazon.com. Just search Letters from the Heart by Jesse Jones. You can find on BarnesandNoble.com, Letters from the Heart by Jesse Jones. And pick up and take a chance on my single. Let me know what you think, especially about the single. I'm really interested to see what people will think about the single. So pick up the single. You can go to Amazon.com and pick up my single, Love Is by Jesse Jones. It's also available on iTunes. For those of you who are Apple users, you can download on iTunes as well. There's a bunch of other digital platforms it's available on, but those are the two that people use the most. Also know that if you're an iHeartRadio user, you can add my song to it. It's available on iHeart to be able to stream and listen to. A bunch of other platforms as well. So I just want to share my heart, and hopefully I haven't rambled too much. Hopefully this is something that makes sense and is meaningful to you all. Once again, I appreciate your time. I just want to take this time to say something about my own project. Hopefully, again, I haven't talked too long, but just know that to me, this is a great project. The book is a great project. This single is a great project. This album is going to be live. I really feel like that. Derek Kendrick is working himself crazy trying to help work with me to get this right. I even got some fresh beats for a couple of songs that's going to be on this track from my boy Mike Gibbs. He's a phenomenal beat maker. Dude's a beast. So we're gonna have a couple of live beats on there too. For some of y'all who are like, I don't like all that slow stuff, and yeah, we're gonna have a couple of live beats on there too, a couple live tracks as well. But I hope this does well for you. I hope you enjoy it. If you pick it up, please go to my Facebook page for the book and the CDs, Letters from the Heart, and let me know what you think of the book if you've gotten the book. Let me know what you think of the single if you've gotten the single. I want to hear from you. I want to hear back from you and see what it is that you all feel. Share this with everybody that you know. Let them know that I got something out there, got something fresh out there, something new out there from somebody who's not looking to be famous, but is just looking to touch the hearts of people. Talk to you soon. Hope everything goes well for you. I'm out of time, as I always say, but not out of word. Until we meet again, grow in God's grace and abide in His love.